Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Cicero Planning Board meeting. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Zach, would you lead us off, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First order of business is the approval of our June 3rd minutes. Any questions or comments from the team? Do we have a motion to approve? Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Thank you. Jim?
Yes.
Chuck? Yes. Zach?
Yes.
And I vote yes, minutes have been approved. Now we will open the meeting to public comment. If there's anybody in the audience that would like to address the board on any active application, you can do so now. Please come up. Given nobody is approached, we'll close the public input and move on to the first agenda item. Like I did last time, I'm going to be recusing myself from this item as the applicant is my nephew. So the deputy chair, Jim Duvall, will be conducting this portion of the meeting.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Steve Calcerenos Engineering here on behalf of Joseph Marzullo, the applicant. I'll just know everything's coming up. I think we presented about a month or so ago, and at that meeting, we had discussed that he's looking to put up a 140-foot by 80-foot building at the rear of the property. He's currently got a pole barn which he uses for storage of vehicles and equipment associated with his landscaping business. The back of the property is looking at adding this additional structure. And as part of that additional structure, the stormwater detention facilities that are currently on site are going to be modified. The septic system is going to be installed because there's going to be a bathroom in the new building. There isn't going to be a bathroom added to the existing building, just to the new. So the septic system is going to start just the new building. A new water service is going to be added to directly feed the new building. And additional parking, paving improvements are going to be made on site. Site plans were revised based on engineering review comments, some comments from the board at the last meeting, some additional comments that we received throughout. We did add landscaping, a detailed landscaping plan. So we did update the architectural drawings and updated comments that came back from the architectural drawings. Were relative to landscaping and to the building itself. Comments regarding the building itself. One was that we need to add a light at the overhead door at the rear of the property. That overhead door at the rear is just so that they can bring in an athletic training facility. So if they're bringing in soccer goals or any kind of goals or any other kind of, pertinences that they're going to bring it in through that back door. So we'll provide a light. There's really doesn't have any issue with that.
For that back door.
Your lighting plan here, you've got lights back there. You have to connect it over. So you can just
As long as the exit is illuminated building. You don't need it direct. The photos are correct. So if you provide enough illumination, with the way in the rear, that looks fine. I think the wall packs that are there would be sufficient. But done in a way to beat it. No, we really want something. The overhead door and the man door are right in the center of the building, so they're centered between those two lights that you can see, I guess, at the top, right under the word images. It shows the illumination back there. But it wouldn't be an issue to add a light if that were something that we needed or requested. The second comment was the primary facade does not meet minimum transparency requirements, which is 35% for this proposed use. Right now, this graphic was prepared by the building manufacturer. The architectural plans show 4 windows. They're about 6 foot by 3 feet. That works out to about 72 square feet for transparency. based on the face of the building, which is 2,800 square feet, the building would be required to have 980 square feet. So it's either 54 of those windows, or some other solution. I was just talking to the applicant. He'd consider maybe putting a transparent strip, maybe in place of those windows that runs the full face of the building. You know, to increase that, percentage. I don't know that we'd be able to get to the 980 square feet, but we could get as close to it as possible. Building is gonna be a metal sided building. It's gonna have a standing seam metal roof, gonna be, I think, blue. Sides are gonna be metal, gonna be gray, and then on this drawing, it's shown as blue metal, but it's actually gonna be probably a stone or a faux stone, band all the way across the front of the building, just to dress it up a little bit. But that's what's being proposed right now. And then, the last comment, two other comments, any vent spans, mechanical equipment that will be located on the exterior and visible from the road. There's no, mechanical equipment that's scheduled to be on the outside, but there will be, probably vents and things like that that'll come off the building, so we'll have to add those and provide those, but I think, really that's minimal. They're on the right side of the building, behind that, entryway. There are two bathrooms, men's bathroom and a women's bathroom and a vanity. So if there is any equipment that would be in that area, so it would be on this side of the building, so it's coming out. On that side of the building, borders the Cessna property, which I think is an auto sales and detailing, facility. And the last comment was just provide, material finishing plan, steel that we provide. But I think the color selection is represented here. Again, it's going to be metal sided, with stone on the bottom. I do have a couple pictures here, but I think the closest thing that we could say that it would be similar to would be the MCMI building, towards Mud Mill Road, in Country Machinery. They have a similar style building. I think it's metal sided. I believe it may have shingle or metal roof, but they've also got a band of stone on the bottom. And that's really what we'd be looking at and replicate here. Beyond that, the landscaping comments, I actually failed to thoroughly read the landscaping requirements, but as it was pointed out, trees are required 40 or one tree per 40 linear feet building perimeter. That works out to 11. We have 7 trees that are provided on the property. We can certainly add a couple more trees. And then shrubs, it's one shrub per 10 linear feet building perimeter. It works out to 44. We do have on the landscaping schedule, technically we call two shrubs, but the rest are plantings, perennials and annuals. There's in total, there's 56 of those plantings in addition to the 2 shrubs. We can certainly look at increasing that number, but I think, between the two, I don't know if you want to consider those shrubs or not, that you consider shrubs, but we do have the front of both buildings, the existing building and the new building, pretty well covered in landscape. That's really it. Or there's any other questions or comments?
I was gonna read through all of them, but you just did.
Okay.
So, Mark, what is your input on this?
So I think, as far as the landscaping goes, I think it's up to the board to look at the plan, decide if they want to request any additional landscaping or if they feel what's being done is appropriate. On the lighting, I think you're covered. I guess the only comment I had was, I don't personally see the need for these lights on the north and south sides of the building. There are no site features that are there. There's no entrances or anything in those locations. So the board can decide whether they want to leave those there or not, but again, I don't see any real use for those. As far as the architectural elevations go, as Steve mentioned, if you look at this plan, you know, this is represented here as, it's blue in color, which I don't know if that's really the intent, but it's also shown, you know, as the metal panel. Whereas this is calling out a stone veneer, and I think there's some other discrepancies. You can see mentions the windows and those types of things between two sets of plans, right? This elevation and the renderings. I would like to see those resolved. And I think more information as was in municipal design review comments relative to the color of these and what you're actually getting there. So I do think that needs to be resolved or clarified personally before you approve the plans. As far as the transparency of the building goes and the amount of windows, again, I think that's up to the board to decide how they would like to have, what they would like to see there. If additional windows need to be provided for. So I think the landscaping first and make a recommendation or suggestion to the applicant. It's the one that is there, but you want more landscaping or what you think there, but and if you want the light and stuff.
I'm okay with the landscaping as it is, but Chuck?
Well, in regards to the landscaping, I would like to see some more graphics on how the intention of how it will look. Other thing on the elevation there, you're normally looking at two sides. What does the other two sides look like?
They might have. And basically, so this would be the front.
Right.
Again, the windows aren't quite lining up there. Side, rear, and I don't know if you'll see that from 81, but
So it's just the
and
one,
this is the other side. So those, you know, so the two sides are basically, you know, just the metal siding, the rear. That's
Mhm.
And there is the National Grid, near Power Line corridor that runs between the building and the property in 81, so there's a substantial strip running through the
okay.
pipeline.
So basically, this is a pretty huge building. There's only two grade doors and one overhead door. Does that meet any codes for number of people exiting or under?
So the exit requirements will be based on the total occupancy load of the building, and that's gonna be determined how the internal layout of the building is set up, and then there are minimum travel distances that are required. Until I see a set of construction drawings, I can't tell you for sure, but this looks like it's probably okay, and if not, we're gonna have them add another door.
Okay, but I'm thinking if there's going to be some sports teams in here, that could amount to quite a few people.
This isn't really a spectator sport kind of thing.
Right.
This is just strictly training facility, so they're not gonna have games or matches or anything like that.
Okay.
Folks will come in, do training, you know, we're gonna schedule the time slots, there's not gonna be multiple people getting into the facility at the same time. And It is gonna be somewhat limited.
I really would like to see another exit though. Because something happened, people start to pile up and trying to get out. This being a while ago, looking at it, was there any issues with the wetlands in that area?
No,
So,
that was all addressed in the original site plan
Right.
done for the original building, with the ship all, wetlands, everything like that.
yeah. All right, it was mainly the doors that was my issue. No. Making sure there's plenty of room to exit if need be, you know.
I don't think the applicant would have any problem adding it.
Okay.
Consider-
All righty.
You all set?
Well, just one more thing, in regards to lighting, is there any side, not windows, but, we call 'em- let's call them windows for now, to add natural lighting? Or is it all interior lighting,
The building, inside the building? Just those four windows currently.
okay, which,
At the top, but again, my understanding is the code has a requirement 35%. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's probably less than 5 with those windows up to that.
yeah,
Somewhere in there. The size window that's shown on the plan right now would require 54 windows. Meet the protocol requirement. And I think that would probably be over excessive.
okay, those are my concerns for now.
Zach? Sure, input.
We touching just on landscaping at the moment? Okay, I think I'm okay with the landscaping. I think you did a pretty good job with it. Kind of ties into landscaping. I'd like to have a quick conversation about sidewalk. So you're kind of calling for, high density gatherings of young adults. I'm bringing this up because I was guilty of it with sports teams back in high school. You might be at a facility where mom and dad don't know where you are. You're on the phone. Hey, I'll just go out to the road, I'll flag you down. You'll see me. Is there any way we can throw a sidewalk in there in the front just to try to prevent, I guess, as many kids as possible from doing what I did in high school? I understand the argument, the sidewalks to nowhere, but keeping with consistency, we did have property on Bartel Road with a lower speed limit and streetlights. And we also asked them to put in a sidewalk, which they agreed to do. This is a 40-mile-an-hour zone. There's gonna be no streetlights on the road in that area. So how would you guys feel about adding that just for safety purposes?
So you're looking at roadside?
It could be roadside, or it could be kicked in a little bit on the property, wherever we can kind of fit it.
I think this section, is a 55-mile-an-hour zone, not within my understanding, it's still, it's higher than 40.
Right, okay. Maybe this is an older
But,
depiction, but yeah, this is.
um,
But yeah, even more so if it's a
I guess
55.
that would be partly, up to the state DOT, since it's a DOT highway. I don't know, again, you did mention, the concern over sidewalks to nowhere, which honestly, this would be with the property that are on either side. I mean, the applicant's here if he wants to speak to it, but I hate to offer something that really would probably end up being a maintenance nightmare more than anything else. We do have the sidewalk along the full frontage of the building, where everybody's gonna be, that existing building up front, that's still gonna be really a storage facility for landscaping business. And everybody else is gonna be parking, walking in the back, hopefully they'll stay back there. But I
Hopefully,
understand your
hopefully.
concern, and I don't wanna just, write it off.
No, I don't feel like you're brushing it off. If the applicant's here and doesn't mind commenting, how do they feel about putting the sidewalk kicked back from the roadway?
Yeah, being a fourth grade teacher and around varsity football players, they tend to have athletics every so often. So getting them like right close along Route 11 kind of concerns me a little bit, being with 55-mile-per-hour zone. I thought you were referring to like a sidewalk along the actual building.
You wanna come up?
Yeah. Sure.
So what I'm hoping for is maybe they don't walk out to the roadway to flag down a parent or a grandparent. So something off the roadway, even if it's 10 feet into your property, just something to put where they can stand.
Sidewalk in, it is a good amount. It's a pretty lengthy driveway from Route 11 where you turn into the actual facility in the back. I was going to put somewhat of a sidewalk in, we would recommend, putting a sidewalk along the building so they can kind of hover around and wait for the right to pull up to the actual facility. Just worries me a little bit being so close to Route 11.
Yeah, my goal is not to bring them to Route 11, it's to keep them off Route 11. Or to keep them off Brewerton Road. So yeah, I don't want a roadside sidewalk.
Do we have room to do a sidewalk between parking spots along the building and parking spots?
That's gonna be up to you whether you decide where to put it or how to present it. Or if you think you have room. But if there's some place where, you know, they could flag down a parent that's not roadside, that would be ideal. Is what I'm kind of shooting here for.
I mean, instead of a sidewalk, you just want some sort of pad or something located here. Get off.
Yeah, there.
Yeah,
I mean.
I guess anything to keep them off of 55 road.
Talking 10 to 20 student athletes at a time, which is the reason that we kind of put that overhang. And that will all be sidewalk underneath the overhang of the building to kind of have them kind of hang with, or hang around until the ride gets there, I guess. But that's what we gotta do. Put a walk in, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only one vote here. It's just a concern. I just don't want to see, I mean, because when I was 15 or 16, yeah, you walk out the road, hey, oh, grandma's picking you up. She's never been there before. Hey, you see me on the side of the road with a flashlight? Oh, I see you.
Just for
I just-
clarity, we could do something on the north side of the driveway, but the right side, there's an existing roadside ditch that runs along the frontage of the property.
Okay,
And then the.
Can I see this
detention
here?
basin runs right up through that. So if we did anything, it would be limited to, the north side of the driveway. Again, if it's maybe a pad or something, you know, where they can stand, it's not in the grass anymore. That'd be very good.
yeah, if you could give anything just so somebody can stand there as another option to roadside, that would be great. I think that's fair.
Okay, with regards to facade, what are the thoughts?
Regards to what?
Chuck?
In regards to what?
Well,
The sidewalk?
no, facade, the building,
Okay.
do you like that look or
No,
you want something different?
no, going with the add-on stone, for example, on the bottom is great. And,
Over
yeah,
the
we-
other?
oh, the doors are, it's one of my main concerns. But the general look, being such a huge building,
Make good or really fall.
It's gonna come down to the building code. Yep.
okay? As you follow the codes, that's great. That's all I had for now.
Zach?
For the facade, I think the stone facade that you're kind of showing here would be great.
And I agree. Steve? Do you have any questions or?
No, I think on the
comments?
plan that a fire hydrant is being added to the west side of Route 11 to serve fire protection for this building. Met with the fire chief there. He was good with that location, so other than that, I'm all set.
Neil, you're all set? Mark?
I guess maybe next try and summarize, we stick with this. I guess, as far as building goes, I guess the discrepancy between this drawing and this particular elevation and the renderings needs to be addressed relative, particularly with regard to the base treatment along with the windows. Is the board good with the number of windows that have been provided, or do you want to see more? Larger, or the band that they were suggesting?
I think personally, I would not like to see the band. Just seeing post frame structures like this over time, the bands tend to yellow. They don't look too nice after 5 or 10 years. That's what that's my opinion. Use of the building, I'm assuming you're gonna have adequate lighting inside. You want to pop in a couple more windows.
So I'm not hearing a lot of concern with that. Landscaping, it sounded like the board was set with, there's a desire from some members of the board at least to provide some sort of waiting area or something adjacent to Route 11. Then I guess lastly, again, comment. This is I brought up. Relative to lighting, is the board okay with the lights on the north and south side, or we first go?
Now this is the back,
No.
back or the south? This is the south.
They're showing build lights on the north and south side.
Okay,
If you saw the elevations, there's no door, no windows, nothing over there.
on the one
There's no
side.
walkways, there's no driveways, they really don't serve a purpose. That I can see. You have something to say?
Yeah,
Speak up.
I just,
Go ahead.
being the owner here for a few years, few doors down north, you get traffic in and out, little motel there, apartment complex I've had plenty of visitors come over on my property. Theft has been an issue. I had a guy sleeping in my truck one night, broke into the car, all kinds of, so that's more so when I recommended that with Steve's, more so of a surveillance thing. So when I am running 24-hour surveillance, I can actually have those sides, the north and the south illuminated so that you can see what's going on.
All right, so I don't have.
That
an
would
issue
probably
with
be a
that.
good idea.
For security is needed.
More so a security.
I guess I just asked the correct lights get put in. As opposed to ones got put in on the previous building.
Okay.
Okay, one of which is gonna show to be replaced at least on this building. So if the appropriate lights get put in, I don't think it's an issue.
Okay.
But that doesn't happen all the time, and it did not.
Okay.
So, all right, so it sounds like you're good with that, so I think, Steve, have you got direction you need?
Yeah.
Neil, are we close enough with this or? No? Okay. All right. And you have some direction then to,
Would there be any opportunity to prove a condition on legal engineering or? With, you have too many discrepancies, so based on what we have, we need to know when the person makes that decision. If everything gets in and you have all the comments, I don't see that.
okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe, Mr. Marzullo, you may resume.
Thank you. Okay, the next agenda item is a proposed redevelopment of the former Walgreens at 7973 Bruton Road. Good evening, welcome back.
Evening. Neil Zinsmeyer, Navarelle. Oh, am I on? Good evening again. Neil Zinsmeyer, Naparella Consulting. We are the site engineers for this project. We were here a month ago, 6 weeks ago or so with a preliminary plan. Since then, we've developed a full set of site plans, which we submitted, and Mark has as well for review. The program is still going to be the same. The building stays. We're just dividing it up into 4 uses right now. We have a fast food Shake Shack on the south side and a Kava on the north side. Currently, the Shake Shack will have a drive-through as well. As you can see, if you flip through your plans, we provided a full layout plan, full utility plan, full landscaping plan, lighting plan as well. And we updated the architectural renderings and building elevation also. We'd be more than happy to address any comments the board may have.
Thank you. Jim?
I'm good for right now.
Well, it's gonna be a nice improvement from what's there now. Been any interest in the other 2 spots yet?
There is possibly one for one of the middle slots, correct?
It's a good start.
And it won't be a restaurant likely. It'll be something else.
Okay. No, I'm all set for now, but, looks pretty good.
Zach,
I'm also as well.
as am I, Steve?
All set.
We did add a note in the corner underneath our table. Because I knew it was gonna be an issue. I compared our parking ratio to the building to the north, which is Benderson. They have, what do they have, Tropical Smoothie, now it's a Wingstop, now it's a is there a Papa John's there now too? And our ratio is about the same as what they have in the plaza to the north, I believe.
Yeah, so looking at the codes of some adjacent municipalities and in general, for restaurant uses, 1 per 60 square feet of gross area is recommended. And if you would to take that and have only the 2 restaurants that are proposed, that comes out like 96, 97 spaces. There's 68 proposed here on the site. So you're already short based upon just the 2 uses that proposing, let alone the other 2, which are undetermined. We've been indicated might not be a restaurant, but the other. Now, having said that, I think those requirements, 1 per 60 is probably an older type of model, whereas a lot of restaurants nowadays are more of a takeout type of restaurant than a sit down. I think, you know, the ones you mentioned, the Tropical Smoothie, Papa John's, those types of things, those are gonna be more takeout, right? This has a drive-through aspect to it also. But I think to give the board better information, you know, at the Cava though, I think probably is more of a sit-down type restaurant. I'm not overly familiar with it, but Middle Eastern, that type of thing, I got the feeling that it might be a little bit more of a sit-down restaurant.
It's a lunch spot. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not a huge sit down,
Yeah.
but
But you get my gist. You understand.
understood. Yeah, understood.
So I think if we can get an idea of the number of seats inside of these restaurants, we might have a better idea. I mean, the Shake Shack is a pretty good sized area, more than you would have. I mean, it's more than the Cava. It's, larger, I think, than you would see space, you know, floor area than just a, you know, Popeyes or any of the other, you know, I think there's gotta be a sit down component to that too. So if you can give us more information on the parking, and I'll put this in the comments that you'll be getting, there's some other little issues here and there, but I do think that's something the board should get some more information on to consider to make sure that this is not underparked.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Yeah. On the other end, if this were all just general retail, et cetera, 1 per 300 square feet is typically that would be out around 37, 38 spaces, something like that. So this would be overparked. So again, I think it depends on the use. I think that the applicant just should provide some additional information so the board can be assured that there's sufficient parking.
Good.
That's fair enough. This applicant is also, they own the new Shake Shack on the Erie Boulevard, so we can use that to compare as well. Come on up, Matt. Well, come on up. It's Matt Lester. He's,
Nice to
the
meet everybody.
applicant.
Thank you for meeting tonight. Just for the record, all of the retailers that we work with, they have seen this plan and they feel comfortable that their use will be met with their demand. So they look at, you know, Shake Shack, for example, 30 parking spaces shared. They're comfortable. They can move forward. Cava needed like 25. A lot of it's DoorDash, Grubhub. The, you know, kids these days are ordering on their phone and this stuff's they're not even coming to the store. It's just being shipped out. So there's not a lot of sit down. As much as I like to sit down, I'm sure all of us like to sit down. They're in out, they're on their phone, they're chasing squirrels. No one has the time to sit down and actually enjoy a meal and talk to somebody. So these are quick serve, like quick serve, similar to Popeyes Tropical Smoothie. They're in, they're out. Cava functions as like a Chipotle, a line. You go in, you order, you walk through, you're gone. You know, you whip it down and you're on to the next thing. So they've all been very comfortable with the parking that exists in the building. They know we can't get any more parking and they're willing to move forward, sign a long-term lease and commit to a substantial investment for what that's worth. You know,
Terrific.
there's
Yeah, that's good
code.
information.
Yeah.
Include
yeah.
that with your
We'll get a
response.
floor
Yeah, we
plan.
could give you the retailer's requirements, regardless if that makes any sense to code. I could at least give you their opinion of what they feel they need
Yeah.
to be successful.
Yeah, with how many tables and seats and that
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
thing.
Yep, all that. So just want to make that note,
Thank
because
you.
a lot of municipalities ask, like, what do they need? We did one in Hamburg and Buffalo that doesn't have a parking ratio, that municipality doesn't. But if their opinion is that the retailer's comfortable, God bless them. Like, if they don't have enough to survive, that's on them. You know, so we'll let, you know,
That makes me a little nervous.
it makes me a little nervous too, but I tell you what, it works because it's you self-police. You know, especially a landlord, we don't want a vacant space, so.
Right.
But we'll give you that information and continue. Good luck.
See you.
I just think
Thanks.
with, you know, we've heard that before with Starbucks and Chick-fil-A, right? And we saw what kind of mess that turned into.
Well, it's a totally different animal. I'm their broker as well.
Well, I hope that's true.
Yeah, they would need this full size. If they need
They use all the Home Depots.
5 park minimum, you know, 40 drive through. TJ's Mayo's great, but he jammed 20 pounds of it, 5 pounds. So,
I know.
So
That-
so you'll
that-
have a letter out
Yeah.
this week or no? I just want to know what to expect, that's all. And you got my email about the DOT, they were good with everything? We did a traffic report.
State, what about county?
I did not reach out to county, I didn't think it was in their comment letter.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't remember it being in the county review comments, but I can send that to James Fenskin, so see what he says. Anything else?
Anything else? We are good for now. All set.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You as well.
In the next agenda item, this is Next Choice Property Holdings. This is for a proposed baking goods store, Holland Farms at 5866 State Route 31. Good evening.
Oh, wireless, fancy. You
Yeah.
guys upgraded. It's been a while since I've been here. Members of the board, nice to see you again. Christian from Kepling and Freeman Associates. Heidi gave us a comment letter last Thursday. We addressed it, submitted it. She also sent a comment letter on Friday. I addressed it. I have it in hand. I'd like to
Mhm.
distribute some 11 by 17s to you.
Absolutely.
We can work wonders, but not everything. And I got so basically what I did is I put together a response letter to those comments, comment by comment. And I have the plan obviously updated with the subtleties, and I'll go through this comment letter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That being said, I'd like to perhaps run through the Thursday comment letter first, and then the Friday comment letter. That makes sense to everybody?
That makes sense.
Perfect. Okay, so Thursday comment letter. These are the comments from Mark. Mark, thank you for the comments. Let's review these. Site plan and SWIP comments. This is kind of generic. He basically says it disturbs less than 1 acre. SWIP activity, speedies permit not required. No changes are proposed to the site, and the project will not result in significant changes. So I got no comment for that one. I think we move forward on that one. We have frontage on Route 31, which is a state highway. Planning board to review site access, circulation, and parking. Signage for ADA spaces should be installed per the previously approved site plan and shown on the current plan. We noted those signs, they are missing. Good catch. Ryan, get those up. Next one, B, the parking bumpers, between the two, properties, which, we got noted up there in red. Those are to be removed. Ryan's gonna remove those. We're located in the Cicero Sewer District. No changes proposed, so we got no comment for that one. Site is located in the Water District. No changes to water. We got no comment on that one. Moving right along. Location of wall packs in the building should be shown on the plan and building elevations. We have some photometric comments on both comment letters. I'll just address them one after the other. So the first one was, we provided the location and a notation of existing wall pack fixtures. One of the fixtures we understand is broken. And so we provided a cut sheet, to replace that fixture in kind. We had previously submitted, an approved photometric plan, so we're just submitting a light fixture in kind to basically replace what was approved in our previous submission when this was metabolic. Owner has provided an estimate from the signage contractor, regarding.
Next step. there.
Sure.
So you're showing a light to be installed by others here.
Yeah,
There is a light fixture here that's it's a floodlight essentially.
okay,
It's not like the ones on the front of the building and
gotcha.
possibly the rear of the building. So this is the location of where you should be showing the existing light fixture to be
Replaced.
replaced.
Okay, all right, so we might be up two light fixtures then, Ryan, because I guess I understand one was
I
broken.
mean, I don't know if you need this one up here.
Okay,
That's kind of up to you, but the previously approved plans show the light fixture here
gotcha.
and what's there now. Isn't.
It's not what we had on the
It's not what you
photometric.
have.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead.
No, thank you. That's helpful. So we'll take a closer look at that, Ryan, together. Lighting the sign should be reviewed with the applicant. We confirm that it's an internally lit cabinet sign. We got an estimate and, real materials from Kim at, Speed Pro Signs. It should be confirmed the existing dumpster is adequate. Ryan chit-chatted with Holland Farms. They're not gonna have a problem with the size of the dumpster. And then architectural comments from the planning board should be addressed. KFA has provided awnings on the facade for review, see elevations on the sheet. And then the next two items are no comments related to floodplains and wetlands. So that's comment number one. I got more, photometric comments on the next sheet, Mark, so
Just this.
Yeah.
It's this picture right there.
understood. Okay.
I think they're okay, but this one will appear.
Right, it doesn't match, so, yeah. Okay, let's go to the next sheet. These are the comment letters that you're all looking at and our plans. Obviously, this is per Heidi's comments on Friday. So you're looking at a fresh plan that relates to these comments, plus the ones that I just went through pretty quickly. You guys have any questions on the previous comment letter before I rifle through this one?
Nope. So this is our architectural engineer
This is the design,
design standards.
yes. Yep.
It's from the architectural engineer, from Anthony.
All right, so number one, confirm if existing site lighting provides sufficient light levels throughout the existing parking area dumpsters. The site lighting provides sufficient lighting throughout the existing parking area, except in the northwest corner because of the broken exterior light, which will be replaced. KFA has provided the location of the proposed replacement light. We need to add Mark's swapping of the fixture in there as well, so I can note that. And then there was a comment about they mentioned dumpsters in here. Ryan and I talked, and the dumpster area is going to be serviced in daylight hours. The back of the site there is sort of forested. There's not people coming through there. There's not traffic back there. There's also not an electric pole or anything back there. So from our house, we were kind of hoping to just not put a light fixture there and see if the board was open to that. I personally think that you can let the critters in the woods hang out back there and go take the trash out midday and have the truck come by before 9 p.m. And Bambi's happy and Ryan's happy, and we don't have to buy a light fixture. So leave that one up to the board.
I think one of the comments relative to the dumpster, whether it was sufficient for the use.
Right.
That right there seems to indicate it's not. Are you gonna have two dumpsters, one dumpster, and what are we doing there?
What do they operate out of in, Manlius, Ryan?
I'm not sure. They saw it, we walked the property together and we talked about it, and then they said it was adequate for what they're. I'm not sure why Metabolic always had their dumpsters like that,
You need
but we built that for them based on the specs that was approved for
Yeah,
the site plan.
we looked at that too. It's kind of embarrassing. Yeah,
So we'll have the one with an enclosure.
yeah, you should mandate that we keep it enclosed.
Yeah,
Fully
Yeah.
enclosed.
Yes, yes, we don't agree with that
yeah.
either,
There
for the
are
record.
more
The gates are
superficial
open.
levels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gates are open.
Yeah,
We do require, would like vinyl fencing. 'Cause, you can see it appears to be wood and it's already deteriorated pretty good. So solid
Good point.
vinyl fencing like most everybody else has.
all right, taking notes here. Next one, confirm if the rear exit door currently has a concrete pad for egress. Ryan did some archaeology, a lot of the weeds had sort of overtaken that pad. There is a pad, and he scraped it away and it's fully code worthy now. So that one's taken care of. Number 3, landscaping requirements. We're landscape architects. We like plants. If you look on your current plan sheet, we have 3 trees and 25 shrubs being added in, mostly on the west side and the front. The west side, those are little 4 or 5 footers. They're perfect for blocking headlights of cars. So neighbors aren't gonna get, visual obstructions or have issues with that. Couple trees down the left side again, west side. We did not put things in the front that are going to obscure. I hate when I'm driving and I can't quite see around. I gotta stick my nose in my car out into Route 11. We're not doing that. Safe, low planting in the front there.
And those plants that are shown were planted during the last.
Yeah, those are existing.
Yeah, those are
That's,
existing
yeah,
there.
yep,
Are you proposing additional landscaping then, I guess?
yes.
Is, where is that reflected?
On the new plan, sorry, Mark, you gotta look on your little cut
Oh,
sheet there. That's
okay.
fresh. That's a fresh note. Yep.
Fair enough.
We have that.
Oh, yeah, you got it in hand. Yep.
You just handed that to us?
It will be. We were moving fast today. We thought the Thursday and Friday comment letter were the same comment letter until this morning, so
I get it.
we worked as fast as we can.
So we don't have.
You got it. Look on the west side of the
Oh,
property.
on the
you'll see
left
those.
side.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, sir.
got it.
Yep. You don't have it digitally, but you have it physically.
So what's going in on the west side?
Three trees and then little 4 foot, 5 foot shrubs. Like I said, perfect size for blocking headlights of parked cars.
What are the trees?
The trees they're service berries, so they're medium sized. We do have electric lines over there. So we picked a tree that's not going to get up in those wires. It's a little medium sized tree. It's a multi-stemmed, beautiful gray bark, white flowers, native plant. There's nothing wrong with the service berry. It's a KFA favorite plant.
So I talked to the architectural engineer, Anthony, about the landscaping, and he mentioned the west side in particular.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, and that was, I think that was mentioned in this comment here. Yeah, consider 2 to 4 trees and additional shrubs in the front area along with the west boundary to screen the parking area. So that's what we added in there. I like to think we shut that note open and shut on that one. And then the next note is don't mess with visibility with 31. So we didn't. The plants we're showing there are low, just like the plants that are currently there. You guys have any other comments? I'd like to get into building comments. Building comments. Anthony's noting that the signage is beyond the approved or the code requirements for signage. I understand in the last meeting, there was discussion of making the signs actually a little bit bigger for impact and to kind of raise the aesthetics of this box building, giving it a little bit of flair and quality and identity. So with respect to the board, we would request approval of the plans, the way they are with the signs that are beyond the code, because we discussed it in the last meeting. It seemed like everyone was open to it then. No, we were not open to it then.
I'm part of everyone, and I distinctly said that I do not approve that.
You do not approve that. You do not want larger signage than what we showed.
I wanted to sign like you were showing the last time. It was just, I think it was just Chuck and I that were commenting. Chuck
That's
mentioned maybe a bigger sign, and I said, absolutely not. But I'm willing to listen to the other board members as well.
Yeah, let's hear it, whatever. We'll do it either way,
I'd like to see the signs stay the same size.
that they previously were.
I like, okay, I like the awnings,
Okay,
keep the signs the same size. The lighting's okay, but I'd like to see like a half, part of the way up wall with the faux brick or whatever.
I'll let Ryan clear that one.
I mean, last time we were here, I thought that we kind of discussed, because we did such an extensive construction for the last site plan approval for metabolic, that, maybe instead of doing the full wainscoting, that the awnings would help break up the front of the building, as well as a larger sign to have material changes and color changes to the front of the building. That's where we left off 2 weeks ago. So that's why we came back with a bigger sign and awnings to match the sign.
Mark, did Heidi give you the images that were provided? So what was approved for a little over 4 years ago does not waive requirements that are in place now. It just doesn't.
Okay.
I understand.
In the perspective that I was hearing was you can't do it on the siding. But in researching it, you can. In fact, it's rather common. I checked with 2 sources, including the architectural engineer. And it's not extensive relative to cost and that kind of thing. And I think everybody would probably agree when they see the pictures that the enhancement is warranted.
Is there a particular one you wanna look at, Mark, or all these?
You can just scan through all of them a little bit. It's not that easy, is it? Anyone is fine.
Yeah, we got 5 different ones here, but.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think they're all kind of the same.
So you see the top, the crown that's already in place, just changing the color,
right.
really simple. And then putting a thin brick veneer, I think they call it. I'm not, I'm not.
Big stones.
Yeah, full veneer, yeah.
Faux.
Yes.
This would not necessarily this, I guess. But I don't know, so again, these were big provided by one of the board members with some ideas of what the building could look like if it were to
Yeah, and we're not gonna tell you which one tonight. You,
incorporate these.
I'll let Ryan.
Something
build
like
it.
it's nice.
Be nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
I thought last 2 weeks ago, you said you'd kind of work with me, given the fact that we did just do a renovation. I understand that there's new requirements, but I was.
The renovation had no play with me whatsoever.
What's that?
The renovation the approval that we got
Yeah.
4 years ago, that has no play with me. None.
Okay.
What I was hearing from you all was that you can't do it. It's not possible because of the existing siding, what is it? Ethos.
The type of material you were dealing with and such that
Yeah.
we couldn't do this.
But you can.
I mean, you could do, anything's possible. It's just we have to rip up the building and.
No, you
spend
don't.
a lot of
Look
money
into
on
it. It's really common. It's not as complicated as you might think.
Yeah,
And I got that from 2 sources,
okay.
including our architectural engineer. You can reach out to him. So, we don't set the design standards. It's done by the elected body, the town board. And we went through these modifications and these design standards to help enhance and improve the town. And I totally agree with them. And so enhancing the town is good for everybody. It attracts more business, which is good for selling more half moons that are very good. It's good for the existing residents. So it's important to us, and we have to work with existing structures more so than a newly built site. But if it's not overwhelming, which this isn't, from what I'm being told, then we're gonna do it, because we're not gonna see this again for maybe ever, you know, if this bakery does really well, it'll be there forever. So this is our opportunity to get it as close to right as possible.
The tenant does not like the, the fake stone look, so I'm not sure, like, they chose this building specifically because it blends with their, you know, desired aesthetic.
That doesn't change our
I
requirements.
understand that.
I think if you show her some of these, she's gonna, oh, those are beautiful.
What about if I did the same thing that I did with our neighboring buildings? If you pull up Google Maps, you could see, we did like a steel paneling, metal paneling.
We're also
could just-
proposing a steel awning in red. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's not red, but the materials would match. And it is sort of an industrial feeling kind of area. I know it's not necessarily screaming out bakery, but we are dealing with a building of a certain caliber and aesthetic already.
No, that's right next door, right?
Yes, sir.
How much of a cost savings is that?
I don't, I don't know.
Honestly, it's just easier install
It's-
versus not dollars and cents
I-
necessarily, right? I mean, it's install.
I'm worried about, I mean, we're a mom and pop shop. I mean, it's gonna be like me doing it. It's like, that's like, I can get that done. It's gonna cost, you know, it's gonna cost what it's gonna cost, but I would hate to put fake stone wainscoting on our building. I just don't like it, and it's heavy. Like, the tenant doesn't like the aesthetic of it. And like, I personally wouldn't like do it because I'm not familiar with it. You know what I mean? I would rather do that. And I think that looks nice. I think that looks nicer. I mean, if you know,
It looks nicer than existing, that's for sure. Nicer than the stone, I'm not so sure about that. Mark, the standards say it's gotta be a different material, right? Not necessarily stone. Am I correct, Steve?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be stone by any means. If they want to propose something different, they can come back with. They want to try, I suppose.
Yeah, the standards say it should have a defined base and crown. Sorry to interrupt, Mark. That can be established by using a combination of architectural details, materials, textures, and colors. So,
I mean, can
So, yeah.
we do the awnings like we proposed here, and paint black like the wainscoting up, like 4 feet up?
For the base,
Yeah, for the
you
base.
can't base, no,
You need a material.
gotta be a
change.
different material.
material, yeah.
Okay.
How about this? How about if we did the stone, but you only go halfway back on the sides?
Can we do, they're gonna, I don't know if the tenant's gonna be, I don't,
The tenant's gonna love the new look. She can't not compare. Do you have the existing? You do have the, look at. Compare that to the stone.
I don't,
And guys, you have thoughts, jump in.
That's, I gave my thoughts. I mean, I agree.
can we do it just on the front? Can I do the metal just on the front? Can I do the black metal front and the awnings? Like the wainscoting on the north facing side, the side we're looking at of the building,
The front.
the, like facing Route 31 where the front door is, we'll do metal wainscoting to match the same, like the building next door. So what's facing 31 will be a material change.
So it sounds like you're opposed to the stone on the front because you're unfamiliar with how to install it,
It's
is
not-
what you said.
I don't.
You're
like,
unfamiliar with how to install it, so that's why you don't
it's-
want
it's
to
a-
change the
it's
material.
It's a big lift it's financially, it's a big lift. Physically, it's like, you know, it's a lot of work more than to do that material change.
I feel you. I've done it. I've installed it. I wouldn't say it's fun,
Yeah,
but
And
you do it for the look.
well, yeah,
Because you don't like the look.
I don't like the look and the tenant doesn't like the look.
How far is?
That's why
Well, you did it with that
proposing a
building.
material change with wainscoting, that this standard was done during your new, design standards. These were approved under the new design standards, so. I'm
Right,
just
but no,
proposing that
and
we
no
do this-
disrespect to the building next door, but please don't do it like the building next door. I have driven by recently. It does not look like that currently.
What do you mean?
It's not exactly how you presented it.
How,
That's a different project, but I
Okay.
don't think that's the look we're going for next door as well.
okay,
So there were certain promises made with that property that weren't necessarily followed through with. So
right,
we'll focus on this property
sure,
and really like hammer out the details here, because we got to be very clear.
sure.
How far is it from the bottom of those windows to the ground? Because
I'm not sure.
it's a lot shorter
2
than
foot, 2 foot
your next
six.
door building.
Yeah,
Yep, you're right.
So if you want to do it the same height, you'd cut into the windows or vice versa.
I mean, we'd go around the windows.
yeah.
And we're not asking you to go real high
Oh,
with the
okay.
bottom wall.
Yeah,
So so from ground level to
bottom of window.
bottom of the window
I would think that's sufficient.
with stone,
Couple of feet.
stone's the only thing that's acceptable.
Mark, can you throw those pictures up again?
I mean, with respect to the board,
Yes.
couldn't we submit something to the architectural review as a change in materials, as long as the materials and color change? Technically, that's what I'm looking at in the code here. Whether it's, cotton candy ice cream or something else, it's technically a different material. Per the code. The code doesn't say it's stone. To Ryan's point. I just would reserve the right to be able to let the designers design. And let the owner pay for what he wants within the code.
The problem is you gotta get the planning board to approve it,
Right, no, I understand
you.
that. I understand that,
regardless of what my architectural engineer says,
right?
right? And it sounds like we're wanting the stone up. Am I correct?
Stone looks good.
Yes.
Okay, so stone from the ground to the bottom of the windows.
And halfway back on at least the west side.
We meet in the middle, it's just let's do the stone and the front of the building. And the awnings.
No, I like that look.
Okay, so halfway back then.
Mark, do a street view. Looking at it from the west. It's really visible.
It sets back, but you do see it.
And there's also parking along the parallel to the building, I believe.
Halfway back or no?
On the side. Is that what
On the one side, on the west side.
So it would be the front and halfway back on that side.
You can do it that way. On a side note, does your sign, like the ones I'm reading here, it says bakery, deli, coffee bar. On the other rendering, I just see coffee,
It's because we didn't do
Yeah.
the other rendering,
pardon?
because we didn't do the other rendering.
So the one with the 3 words is the proper one?
This is the correct one.
Because from my standpoint, I'm
Completely
thinking about
appropriate.
readability.
Yeah.
You know,
They
people
just-
up on
they
Route
just
11
designed it for you and then told you what to do.
can't
Yeah.
read those words.
I mean, the metal is a material change and that does go with like,
That's what I'm saying.
that does go with the design standards that were set in place. The metal, like we've
Well,
done with the last project.
There's a lot of things that could be a different material.
True.
Right.
It takes this board's approval.
So, but it was okay, but then it was okay, now you guys only want a material change that's the fake brick, the fake stone? Like, is that like what you want to see on all commercial buildings in Cicero?
So I would say you've gotten some input from the board tonight.
Say again?
You've gotten some input from the board tonight.
Yeah,
Go back, put together what you want to present, and see if it gets approved. Yeah, I think you're hearing fairly clearly that the board wants to see the brick. But that's up to you. Put your design plan together, come on back and we'll see what happens.
Okay, so can I just ask, just to be clear, what would be ideal for you guys is the brick from ground level to the window height? Right? Not like the other building, because the other building, the windows were higher. So just window height and then wrap all the way around to the back of the west side of the building. That's what is preferable.
Halfway along the west side.
Halfway along the west side.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that, I mean, does that, I mean, I just want to make sure that you guys, like, cause it's like halfway is okay, like if we come back with plans.
Gonna say,
It's not gonna be
not trying to be
demanded.
difficult here, but if you're gonna stop halfway, if you're gonna do it, do it. It's gonna look like it's.
I don't want to do this at all, honestly.
Well, I know you don't, I know.
I mean,
Um,
I had another gym that was gonna lease this space. I picked Holland Farms. I thought they were a better fit for the community. I wouldn't have had to come to the planning board. I could have just given them the keys to the building. I thought that they were a better fit for the community. Now I'm talking, you know, serious amount of money to prepare the building for them. And I don't know how we're gonna split the cost with them. You know what I mean?
Again, that's not us.
I
Ever.
understand, but we're.
I hope they're a very successful tenant, as I think they will be. So you'll be good. And everybody's gonna be happy. And town of Cicero's gonna benefit. And there's gonna be a line out the door. We just gotta get there. I personally think if you're gonna do halfway, you might as well keep it going. I hope there's cars in that parking lot. So you never see it. But why stop halfway? If you're gonna do it, do it.
Any other comments?
I would prefer to see the whole thing done, or the front, and at least the front and in that whole side. But I mean, do I want you to only do half? No, but you know, rather than do nothing, I mean.
Chuck, any thoughts?
I'm all set for now.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Next item is sketch plan review. This is for a proposed 74 unit apartment building at the Cicero Commons, Brewerton Road. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening.
My name is Ed Martin. I'm a licensed engineer with Passero Associates. Our headquarters are located at 242 West Main Street, Rochester, New York. I'm here tonight representing Dakota Partners application before you. Also in attendance is Mark Palat and Jeff Davis. Mark is representative of Dakota Partners and Jeff is counsel for Dakota Partners. In the event that you have a question that's best answered by one of them, I'll invite them forward to answer. So the application before you is a rather straightforward one. The site is just north of here on Meltzer Court, just west of Route 11. It involves a 7.2 acre project area to construct a 3-story, 74 unit apartment building serviced by 2 town road curb cuts, public water and sewer, both of which are available along the frontage on Meltzer Court, a private on-site stormwater management system that's been designed in conformance with the DEC stormwater discharge permit. We have a 111 space parking lot and on-site asphalt area for emergency vehicle circulation throughout, surrounding 3 sides of it. You'll note we have wetlands in the area, but the development does not encroach into either the wetland itself or in the case on the western one, the 100-foot buffer, that's a DEC wetland. The one to the east is a federal wetland. We provide pedestrian connections, significant off-site sidewalk. You'll note the connection there. Let's see. It's a 3-story building with colors of clay, Pacific blue, and slate. And we do have a stone veneer on there. You'll see that in the architectural plans. So that's it, kind of in a nutshell. We understand that you are advisory to the town board, so we welcome your feedback. We intend to take your feedback, refine the plan, come back. Hopefully you can send on a recommendation to the town board. So I guess with that, we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Actually, before we get into that, if I can ask a question. Onondaga County Planning Board, will we be getting comments through you, or will they be sending them directly to us?
So you will get a copy of their comments, but you also get them through us.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we'll open it to questions. Jim?
I'm good for right now.
Chuck?
Yes, am I? It's early on.
Zach?
I am all set. Just a comment about your e-bike battery charging cabinet. Very cool. I've never seen one of these. Very impressive.
Yeah.
I have questions.
Yes, sir.
So I understand this is a PUD and the town has flexibility relative to what can and can't happen. But in an underlying zoning for RM, when they talk about necessary parking spots, based on the number of units and bedrooms, it would require 160 parking spots. In this presentation, there's 111.
Yes, sir.
So that's I mean, like I said, I know we have flexibility
Sure.
with our board. That's a pretty significant discrepancy.
It is, and I'll tell you from doing work from all reaches of New York State and actually some work outside of New York State, the parking code varies wildly. So like in Rochester, where I'm from, the city of Rochester actually discourages parking if you go beyond 10% beyond the code. They call it a code maximum, not a code minimum. You have to get a variance for that, and that's their attempt is to kind of comply with the DEC. The DEC is encouraging less impervious area. They want it to go in the ground. So we were talking with Dakota Partners and we said, okay, what works for you? Because I mean, we're engineers, right? Like we're not developers. We've seen this work. This provides 1.5 spaces per unit, which based on their experience has proven successful. And so we're asking this board to trust them, and they're putting a product out there. They don't want them parking on lawn, obviously. So
So does that number of parking spots, 1.5 per unit, does that take into consideration different bedrooms? Like there's some 3 bedrooms here.
it's 1.5 per unit. We don't do it based on a bedroom count. And again, this is, based on their portfolio of developments.
So when the town of Cicero set their requirements, it was based on experience, long-term experience and
Sure.
Similar projects like this. It's important to provide ample parking. I don't know how how do they do it if they have that few parking spots? But I mean, so my point is, if you can provide that kind of information to justify a 30% drop in what we typically say is required, that would be beneficial.
Yes, sir.
Mark, did you want to add anything to that? Mark and I talked a little bit. I know that there is some discrepancies between different towns and
Yeah, I mean,
requirements.
So I did a little bit of looking, so most of the surrounding municipalities have a requirement of 2 spaces per unit for multifamily. Use.
Number of bedrooms is irrelevant.
Yeah, just per unit, number of bedrooms, not factored.
Mhm.
Now, looking at, other standards, other areas, it generally ranges from 1.5 to 2. So they're on the lower end of the range of what's typically required. As far as something like Rochester, the city, I mean, so that's kind of a different situation, right? I mean, it's a highly urban area. We've got bus routes. I do think a bus comes out here, but regardless, you get the idea. It's not a suburban area like this.
Right. Yeah.
So-
Mass transit's not real popular out here.
Exactly. So I think that's how something like Rochester would make sense for them. So.
Can you imagine New York City?
This is in line with what's what's used or what typical municipalities might require. I guess I'll just stop there. As far as parking goes, I guess that's kind of what I found out.
Steve, help me remember, we changed the requirements not all that long ago, right?
It wasn't that long ago. And I think that the planning board had struggled a time or two with the PUD, but they also struggled greatly when apartment use was allowed in general commercial district for a little while. Okay, and with no density requirements. And that happened, these changes happened around that period of time. Now, we don't no longer allow apartments. Currently, we don't allow apartments in general commercial district, but so that's what came out of it. So if you had the 3 bedrooms, you had to have the 3 parking spaces.
Right.
But as Mark said, I think, compared to other communities, it's more than most would do.
Was there a site or two where we were having issues?
Yes.
Thought so.
Were those issues with a proposal or?
Well, it was actually, it was with a project that was
An existing,
built, one, I didn't think, didn't move forward any longer. He just did, yeah.
I guess are we having problems in that
Now?
existing
No,
apartment?
no.
Wasn't it that big project behind Wegmans a couple of years ago?
No,
Okay, different one.
no.
so I guess my point with that is, as long as we can comfortably get some good documentation in front of us to say that the parking will be sufficient, that's what I would be looking for. Then my next question, density was brought up. And again, in the underlying unit of RM on a 7.24 acre site, 57 units would be allowable if I did the right math. And here we're talking about 74 units. And so the town has density requirements for obvious reasons. Protecting the community welfare, infrastructure, traffic, schools, character of the town. And again, this is PUD, so we don't have to abide by those codes that are in RM, but justification what is the justification for us to allow 32% increase in a density requirement?
Yeah, I think our focus was more on the PUD. Throughout New York State, the PUD gives you the flexibility to do that in response to, economic conditions. And we can all acknowledge just how challenging things are today. And so, I'm selfishly trying to get as much from my client as I possibly can. It makes it more feasible.
Me
for
too.
them. So you're saying yes?
How does this roll?
Okay, yeah. So really, it's just a matter of, making good use of the space. I unapologetically share with planning boards that my desire is to develop as much as we can, because as you spread things out, we used to use the word either urban sprawl or suburban sprawl, and avoiding the McMansions, these giant homes. And this is quite the opposite, and it's in an area that PUDs create a community. So you've got the resources available, the infrastructure for it. So we're just trying to make the best use of the land.
Yeah. And again, like I said, we have that flexibility.
Yep.
So if, when we come back, if you can just provide in writing your reasoning behind why we should increase the density by 32%. That's a lot. It's a pretty significant increase. But it's PUD. And then the design standards, I'm sure you've gotten a copy of those. And our architectural engineer will review the site. And I looked at the old plan that was submitted to us back some months ago during the zone change. The east side elevation has changed. Got
Yeah,
kind of boring in the new
And so maybe Mark can speak to it better than I can,
Sure.
because I'm a site engineer, but as I recall, we had a detached clubhouse that was
You did.
part of it. You want to
Yep.
speak to that?
That's gone away.
Hello, Mark Pullout with Dakota Partners. I was here last time I went through with you guys. And I briefly mentioned upon that, we found that we had a freestanding clubhouse. And we're concerned over winter, really, but they actually getting use of it. So what we've done, and we've incorporated that clubhouse into the building itself. So it's no longer out there in, the middle of nowhere. So that's kind of increased the length of the building slightly. We do have a outdoor playground area for the kids that will be
Saw that.
fenced in, and it'll be seating for the parents inside of it as well. But right now, we've taken all that clubhouse, brought it in. Part of it will be facing the main road, which will be like the community space area. So with his birthday parties, they can have it there within that area.
Yeah, so my point is, as you're traveling into the site heading west,
Yep.
is that the side? Is that the west?
That, I believe that is the end right there you're talking about.
Correct.
Yes.
So if you look at, I mean, it looks like it's half done. It's not meeting the design standards, that side. Kind of boring.
Well, I
And
think
actually, if
there's
you
a-
look at the old plan that you did, I don't know if you have those.
I probably don't. I want to say that plan. I don't have the floor plans here, but
Mark might have it. I don't know.
yeah, I think it was a stair tower there. No, there isn't. That's it's a unit. That is a unit right there. Kitchen and living room right there. The other end that has the tower. No, you got it right there, Mark. You got it right. You had it right.
You might have the PDF of the original presentation that showed that
Oh.
different elevation.
Yeah, I think that's where we tried to incorporate a clubhouse at that end, I think.
Well, it's clubhouse. That's gone.
What was your concern, Mark?
Just the appearance of that one side.
Yeah. I think part of it again was.
There's no crown on it. There's only windows on half of it.
Yeah, there's a kitchen on portion of that area, so probably wouldn't want to put anything there, but we could put them on the area where the living room area is.
That was the original.
Yeah, that looks like.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that was with the flat roof design. Yeah, we have some windows right there. That's where the living room area is. Those probably can get back, put back in there. Yeah, that's.
And it had the offset, but
Yeah.
my point is, I think that side needs to be dressed up a little bit. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Well, if you could use some perspective, like.
There it is.
I'll talk to that, yeah, they have it. They should be able to do it. It's all computerized now anyways. No time at all.
Mark, can you go back to the existing front elevation, please?
The elevation.
Yes. So crown molding along the front, which is a requirement. And that'll be in the architectural review, I'm sure, but I just wanted to mention that.
Okay, you said just along the front, you said,
Crown molding, yeah.
can we go halfway with it? I'm just kidding.
All the way around is good. That was good. Looks great, by the way. The building looks great. Obviously we need units for people to live in. So we got Micron coming. So it's definitely going to be used.
Okay.
Steve?
Not much right now. I know we talked a little bit about last time about fire protection and fire department's requests for certain things and the attic. Either if it's not gonna be sprinkled, at least alarmed. You know.
Yeah.
That type of thing. But we'll, we've got a lot of time to talk about it.
Correct, and that's part of one of the questions from the fire department was those storage cabinets for the
Yes.
chargers, which I submitted.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Neil? Mark?
I believe they've got a full submittal with the SWIFT and everything, is that?
I believe we did submit this with.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I'll do a full review. Get comments out to you.
Not that I want to change your process, but if you ever want to reach out, I'm always available to talk and discussion.
Terrific. Anything else, anybody? You guys good? Anything else from you?
No, sir.
You're all set. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
And the next item, last item on the agenda is for CNY Golf Shop and Range. Address is 8457 Brewerton Road.
Good evening, Tim Coyer, iNewsy and Romans Land Surveying.
Good evening, Tim. I learned how to golf here, by the way. I learned how to golf here.
Thank
It
you.
was a long time ago.
What took you so long to get here?
What's that? Took us a while. Gone. Thank you. This is the existing, driving range location on, Brewerton Road, Route 11. Right. I was gonna say, you normally don't take them. Again, this is the existing, golf and driving range over there on Route 11. The property is located at 8457 Brewerton Road. Overall, if you did look at the plans that we submitted, the overall site is roughly 100 acres. There are 3 existing uses on the property. There's the auto auction, there's the car sales, but specifically, we're talking about the golf driving range and previously putt-putt golf, but it's mostly the driving range now. They are looking to do a 2,400 square foot addition for golf simulators. At this location, specifically 3 golf simulators. Let me get my trusty little gadget out. So this would be the new proposed addition over here. This is the existing building. This is where the driving range is right now. This over here is the existing putt-putt golf area. So what would be having the putt-putt golf would be going away. We'd be adding some parking up in this area, and we'd be adding some parking up in this area, redoing the driveways. And again, the main addition is going to be the 3 simulators in this building here. We have improved the landscaping, and we moved, there was a trash enclosure over here that's been moved over here. Overall, an improvement to the site, and again, it's not a major change, but I think it'd be kind of fun and a nice change to the building.
You have elevations?
Yep. Dragged it down here. So again, this is the existing building and the addition would be here.
Questions?
So you're expanding the parking lot?
Yep. Yep. We have a breakdown on the one sheet as far as how many parking spaces we actually are proposing. I think it's a total 47 that we're proposing.
Anything else, Jim?
No.
Yeah, well, that addition building looks an awful lot like what we talked about in the first agenda.
Understood?
Very good, but and this is gonna be that much taller than what the existing one is now.
Yep, it's gonna be quite a bit taller. You can see the difference in elevation, yes.
Sure. Like, is it also going to have a green front like the original building, maybe?
I think they had on the architecturals a gray blue. Hold on a second, I think it's here.
Keeping the color to match on the existing building, maybe?
That's what I was gonna.
You're recommending,
Oh, boy, I just thought of that.
oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
Pewter gray.
It's pewter gray that's on the architecturals, yes.
Okay, on the new building.
On the new addition, yes.
Okay.
But is the other one gonna match?
Yeah,
The other one was remaining the same.
it's stripped right now.
Yes, please.
It's stripped.
Come on up.
Come on up. I was going by what the architectural said. I apologize.
Now is I represent the business owner,
Can we have your
not,
name, please?
Monique Peterson.
Thank you.
I represent the business owner of CMY Golf and Range. And Dan Meltzer is the owner of the land and the buildings. So what we are going to do right now, before we start the addition and get your approval, is we plan to redo the facade of the old building. Mike, our contractor, has already taken down the cedar shake and adjusted everything. We've taken away the windows and the doors to make it so it was more secure because we had a lot of theft around there. And also we've changed it to, it will be the 3 foot of stone facade that you like that goes from the ground up. Then it will be the steel, gray steel. Then it'll be 10 inches of the white freeze board and the white fascia and soffit to the new roof that it has, which is shingled gray, light gray, and dark gray. So we're gonna plan to make it match the new addition. Just so
Wonderful.
it's all, you know, beautiful and aesthetically pretty to
Good cost,
the,
yeah.
so yeah.
The existing will match the.
Yes, they will both match except for one will have a black steel roof, the new addition. The old one just got a new roof last year. That's the, like light gray with black, on that of the shingle. So that's the only thing we're not changing on the old building is the roof.
And will the
But-
plans to represent that?
We're gonna have the architect does have the architectural review. They have to change a little bit of the plans already and we'll submit new plans with the architectural. That will represent what we're talking about.
Yeah. So it'll be pleasing to the eye from the road. It'll be done all the way around the old existing building. It'll match beautifully. The stone on each building, the steel on each building, the freeze board and the fascia and soffit. One will be the black roof, the light gray and black, but it will be beautiful, modern and, you know, pleasing to the eye.
Mark, can you go to the site plan, please?
Sure.
So the existing building, the building line's right here,
Yep.
Yep.
and this one comes out?
Yep.
I was just wondering, could you push it back so that it's even and then put a landscaping bed in front of the new building?
The reason we planned that like that was because the original building is 22 foot. And we planned the new addition for 30 foot, so it was 4 foot offset on each side of the old building. That way, we're going to be walking through the old building with 2 double doors, like 6 foot wide that go into the new addition. And that way it was more like level and straight, like when they walk into it, it's even on both sides. And we have the simulators on the right, 3 in a row. And they face towards the pines, so
They do
it
have,
made it,
if you have the floor plan. In the packet, I just did I hand out that one? I didn't hand
No,
out
you
that
didn't, but it's on, Mark's got it.
But here it is. This is what she's talking
so I
about.
wanted to walk in those 2 double doors, they're 3 foot, you know, each side is 3 foot, they swing open into the old shop. And when you walk in, that's where the circles are, so you go to the left a little bit and then straight, and then there's simulator 1, 2, and 3. So that way, just coming from the old into the new building, if they had the 4 feet on each end offset, it was just more straight coming in from the old building.
What's, I can't read it, but you know, what's the total length of it?
The length is 80 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to-
Explain.
yeah.
So
That existing building, it's tough to do that with, but You get what I'm saying? That this is providing your change of plan.
The new building needs an offset technically with the design standards.
And just to kind of go back to what your original comment was, are you looking specifically, were you more concerned about an additional strip of landscaping
Yes.
here versus versus not necessarily caring about the straight face, you're more about the
Correct.
landscaping? Okay, I'll talk with my client about that, specifically looking to do more landscaping here. Okay.
Like
Well,
where the walk, where they.
Where the walk is, we'll have to push the parking down,
Okay,
but we can.
but we have room.
We should have.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was an option as well, but makes sense now that you want to have everything.
Yeah,
covered.
I just want it like
equal.
centered, so when they come in the old, they can look straight ahead, they're going into the new facility. But it's just eye pleasing in the old building and also going into the new building. And then there's a, a straight path.
I like your train of thought.
Thank you. But doing the landscaping in front is perfect. I didn't think about that. Cause we had the parking areas with this,
Yep.
the landscaping to offset the parking, so that wouldn't be any problem to put little, maybe swaths of black cedar with the flowers in front, maybe 2 foot by 8 foot, or all along the front to the doorway, I guess we could do it.
Yeah. you
Even
put
if we
something
made
down.
them, separate or something like that, just flower beds with black
I think that'd be a nice.
and the
enhance-
flowers, that would be pretty.
I'm sorry I interrupted, Jim. Anything else from you?
No.
Chuck?
So did you say the bottom stone or brick on the new building would continue on right on across to the old
Yeah.
building?
Yes,
So it all ties together.
yeah, it'll be beautiful. Yeah, perfectly, to the eye, it would look straight and level and
Sure.
perfect to the eye.
That makes sense. No, I like the look.
Thank you.
Zach?
I think everything sounds great so far that you're touching on. I'm all set for tonight.
Thank you. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
I'm all
Thank
set
you.
now. Steve?
Thank you.
Tim, I think we're gonna have to look at the distance from existing hydrants to this new addition. I think they're, so we'll make
Okay.
sure it meets it,
I'll make sure I get
either
that.
400 feet, yeah.
Yep.
Why are all the landscape beds just mulched?
I was trying to break it up to have we'd have the beautiful trees on the end and then in the front of the new parking that goes towards the road on the left, I would have like a medium bush, a small bush, a beautiful black mulch with a variation of flowers, then a small bush and a large bush. I was just trying to spread it out evenly, just so it covered a lot of ground and you could see.
But there's still gonna be plantings in it, like in the parking
Yeah,
spot, so
like
you just, it
pink-
just says mulch area.
No, that's gonna have black mulch, it's gonna have some small bushes, I'm sorry, I didn't draw that in. Small bushes and a lot of assorted colored flowers
Okay.
that will come back each year.
So it's not
So it
just
will
mulch.
be no, definitely not. Every set area is gonna have beautiful either trees, medium or small bushes, assorted flowers that come back every year, and I just thought of the black mulch to match the black roof and the black trim and the
Okay.
black stone.
We'll make
Just
sure.
trying to incorporate.
Thanks, yeah, I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, I'll set.
you're welcome.
Mark?
Also, so is the mini golf going away completely?
Yeah, we're gonna be taking down the putt-putt one because it's just a very big expense to keep it going. It's very dilapidated. It's like 50 years old. And also, it's a liability. And, that would be a big purchase to get it back up to what it has to be for code and standards. So we decided we would take that down. That will be happening soon if it's acceptable. It'll be more eye pleasing. It'll just go, the putt-putt will go down and be cleaned thoroughly. The tarvia will come up and there will be new sod and fertilizer and seed and straw to make it back to a beautiful grass landscape. And we'll have that mowed pristine. But, it's just too much to keep it, even though it's a beautiful thing that's been going on for 50 years. But, if we have it all aesthetically pleasing to the eye, we want the whole entire thing to be.
Yeah.
So that's the reason.
Yeah. That's fine.
So that'll be done, it'll be cleared and done by the end of June. The putt-putt gone, hopefully the tarvia gone and turned into grass before we start the new parking lot. We were just waiting to get that lined up, and when we got the approval, we were gonna do the new parking lot and wait to seal the old one when the new building addition was built, just so everything's in order.
All set.
Thank you.
We're all set, unless you have anything additional.
Nope, I'm all set.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much,
Thank you.
Bird. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And that concludes the agenda items. Any discussion? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
And do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Meeting is adjourned. Good night, everybody.